how we pay for electricity here in California could soon undergo some major changes.
Tomorrow morning, the California Public Utilities Commission will vote on a proposal to charge a fixed monthly fee totaling hundreds of dollars a year for most households. CBS 8's Richard Allen is here with more on the criticism this plan is receiving, as well as the support it's getting from the governor. Richard?
Well, that's right. This is a big vote. Tomorrow's decision by the state's Public Utilities Commission would modify the way we pay for our electricity here in the Golden State by imposing a fixed fee every month. Now, while proponents of the move say that this would lower our electricity rates, critics point out that some Californians could still end up paying more for their power bill.
This is going to do nothing to address the energy bills in California.
Under this proposal, most utility customers statewide would pay a monthly flat charge of $24.15, which adds up to nearly $300 a year. Lower income clients would pay $6 or $12 monthly. Electricity rates would decrease on average by about 15%, or roughly 5 to 7 cents per kilowatt hour.
It's not clear who exactly would even benefit.
Edward Lopez is executive director of UCAN, or Utility Consumers Action Network, based here in San Diego. UCAN's part of a coalition which is now calling on the state to scrap this entire fixed-rate plan and start over.
We just don't see that it really addresses the core problem, which is energy and utility rates here in San Diego in particular, but throughout the entire state are simply too high, growing too fast, outpacing inflation.
This fixed rate fee would also apply to residential customers with rooftop solar. Critics of the move say that since customers would be charged regardless of their consumption, there would be less of an incentive to conserve power.
And ironically, it might be larger households that are using a lot more energy. They potentially may see the most savings.
This proposed fixed charge was approved by the state legislature back in 2022 as a small part of a massive piece of legislation. The governor's office continues to back this latest proposal, pointing out that $24.15 is nearly two-thirds lower than what one utility company had previously proposed, and 30% less than what some customers in states like Texas and Florida already pay. Many consumer advocates, though, are not convinced and also caution that under this legislation, there is no cap established on this fixed rate.
So quite frankly, it can continue to grow and grow in years. And even if there are some household demographics that can realize savings, there's nothing that's going to stop and perhaps see bills overall continue to climb.
And you may remember that earlier this year, some Democrats in the state legislature were trying to repeal this legislation to establish a fixed monthly rate. However, that assembly bill was put on hold a couple weeks ago, and at this point, it will not be moving forward.
A lot of questions about this move here, Richard. So if the CPUC does vote to approve this new fixed rate system at its meeting tomorrow, when would we see this go into effect here in San Diego?
Well, if they do vote to approve it, and it looks like they might actually do that, it would go into effect in the last 3 months of 2025, next year, so we still have some time. And we should also point out, this applies to residential customers, not commercial customers.
All right, Richard Allen with the latest on the energy front. Thanks, Richard.